On.
Welcome to TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. And this is our NXT review. I was mailing this show. I really don't even want to talk about it that long. I just want to kind of get in and get out, guys. Like, this was an average episode of NXT to me. And I'm going to be honest, and I don't want to catch any heat here. I like Io. I respect the fuck out of her. But God, did her and Kaylee Ray winning the Dusty Classic make me fucking depressed. And I think they more or less just spit in the face of the concept because if I understood it correctly, Kaylee Ray's promo was like, oh, we want to use this win, which was a tag team based tournament, to cash in on both of us getting a women's championship match so that it could be a fatal four way. Like you just
Wait, no, that's not. No, I wait. Where did you hear that?
that was the vibe that I got because they were like, "Oh, Mandy Rose, is she gonna have two challengers now?" So I thought Kaylee Ray, when like Toxic Attraction interrupted them, she was like, "Oh, we want to challenge you for the women's championship," because Big Joseph was asking about, is Mandy Rose gonna have three challengers now, and Barrett was like all freaked out, like that's not how this works. So I connected one and two because admittedly I wasn't fully attentive, so I might have missed something important. But I thought Kaylee Ray was trying to angle this tag team win to get a fucking women's championship opportunity rather than a tag title opportunity, which is what the tournament was all about. Did I miss something with the promo?
Um, I'm trying to look into it, and you might be right. Apparently there are rumors that Gigi might be injured.
Oh fucking hell, Jesus Christ. Uh so yeah, if I am right about that, it just leaves me empty because I loved Kai and Chu. I love that they were almost like pawns by Toxic Attraction because they were hella underestimating them. Um and wait, let me see here. Yeah, they even said they're going to cash in their tag team title shot, but instead they're going to make the NXT Women's title match at Stand and Deliver a fatal four-way with Cora Jade. It says it right here on the recap that I'm looking at.
Well,
So
that pisses me off for sure. I didn't catch that in the final segment, so that's really obnoxious, and I hate it.
yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Because look, Gigi getting injured like that sucks, especially because in my opinion she's the most talented one in the group. So like the one making the faction at least somewhat interesting for me is now down, and we don't know how long. But you just spit in the face of the whole fucking tournament then. Like, oh god, I didn't even want this team to win. I was rooting for the underdog team, and it would have made sense for them to win because again, the champions are using them, and then they win and they kind of assert themselves, and it's whatever. Maybe they would have told that story if GD didn't go out. I doubt it, but it's whatever. And like, Io doesn't fucking need this. If you're an Io Shirai fan, and I know I'm talking to one of the biggest fucking ones,
Mm-hmm.
did you really need her to win the Women's Dusty Cup? I'm sure that fills the gaping
Um,
hole when she could be having matches with fucking Sasha Banks and other top tier talent on the main fucking roster.
Bro,
Um,
if you look in the live wrestling discussion channel in the Discord, I was kind of hoping you'd be there tonight, but you weren't. I literally said I love Io, but Dakota and Wendy were clearly the story here.
yeah, yeah, and like fuck, man, it left me depressed. Like it was already an average episode, and I was like mad about it, but I was really looking forward to this, and I was really excited that they were main eventing. And then Io and Kaylee Ray go over, and I'm just like, it just took all the wind out of
Yeah,
my sails. I'm like,
yeah,
I do
and
not give a
here's the
fuck about
thing
this.
too. I feel like this not only does this not help Io in the sense that like she's fucking above this, I think that you could argue that this even hurts Io for the reason that you just demonstrated, because it makes people who aren't already hardcore Io Shirai fans almost resent her for sticking around in the main event of the women's division at NXT for this fucking long. She needs to move up.
She does, and
She
like,
doesn't need another NXT Women's Championship match. She needs to be challenging for the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships.
yes. And for me, I just feel like they bungled their main women's stars. I will tell you guys right now, if you want me to say something positive, the best story, in my opinion, that this NXT is producing right now is who the fuck attacked the Creed brothers. Because I actually enjoyed that segment tonight where whichever the tag team was in the fucking hoodies defacing the diamond mine like training area. I honestly thought when that one guy was dumping liquid on merchandise, dude, my fucking brain again, which will never stop being hooked on Lucha Underground, thought it was gasoline and they were gonna like set the training facility on fire. I'm like, oh shit, are we going that fucking hard? Like that'd be fucking awesome.
That
They
would have been
didn't,
dope. That would have been
but
insane.
like, still. Cool segment. The best story that they're telling right now by far. And then
I think
maybe for a
the
cool
only
second,
reason that I would challenge you on that, and it actually pertains to what we were discussing, I think Wendy and Dakota are up there for most interesting story that they're telling.
I'm still enjoying it. Here's my concern. I understand why you'd say that. I would also say the whole Indian Persia story for people that are into that sort of thing, because I'm enjoying that too, admittedly. So there are good stories being told. I don't want to go into this and being like, oh man, John and Ashton again, hating on NXT, whatever. There are stories I'm enjoying, but what I'm concerned about now with the Kai Chu story, which again, I'm thoroughly enjoying, rooting for them tonight. I don't want Dakota to like beat up Wendy because Wendy ate the pin or whatever. I just worry that this is going to be another thing where it's like, oh, I tried to make a friend, I couldn't, so now we're going to feud thing. And I'm really worried this NXT is going to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope they don't. But, you know, if you're not tagging, you're feuding. And I don't know if there's a place for them to tag now because one of the champions is injured or maybe injured, you know, just to keep it accurate. And, you know, you didn't win the tournament. So, yeah, I thought this was very average. Hate Ziggler, hate fucking LA Knight. What a fucking waste of Walter or you know Gunther if you want to keep it proper. And this fucking tournament, like to me now, the Women's Dusty Cup means nothing now. Like after all this, so yeah, I'm kind of over it. Is there anything you want to add?
I feel like they've only had the Women's Dusty Cup for 2 years, and they've bungled it both years. Because remember, the first year, Dakota and Raquel won, and then they literally just got. Or no, wait, they lost, didn't they? Now that I think about it.
No, Dakota and Raquel won. I think, right? Yeah, they won. Yeah, they won the Women's Dusty Cup last year because remember, Dakota said in her promo with Wendy Chu she'll be the first woman to put her name on that trophy 2 years in a row.
Oh, you're right. And you're right.
Yeah. So they won last year.
What was the big thing that we had last year? It was against. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's right. So they used the Women's Dusty Cup as a vehicle to create the women's tag titles. Basically, Dakota and Raquel lost their opportunity at the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, which at the time were still floater titles that could be defended on any show. And because they lost those due to, shenanigans, literally, I think it might have even been the next week, it might have even been the same show, Regal introduced the NXT women's tag titles, gave them to Raquel and Dakota immediately, and then Raquel and Dakota immediately lost them in the same night.
Yeah, to Ember and Shotzi, I believe.
Who they beat in the finals of the tournament. So that was the whole flub there. And now they're going to have Io and Kaylee win because of the singles angle rather than having Dakota and Wendy win because of the story and the tag angle.
Yeah. Fuck, man. All right. So first segment, heat of the night. I'm going to be honest, guys. I might as well have jumped the gun because that women's Dusty Cup final and what they did with it immediately after, that was my biggest heat of the night by far. Fuck everything about that. Fuck wasting Io. Fuck not giving Wendy and Dakota this. They might give them something down the line, but who even knows? Unless they give them.
That's kind of the PW Gregory philosophy of rooting for good things to happen, because if they don't happen now, there's no guarantee they'll happen later.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's my biggest heat of the night. I'm sure there'll be others that come to me, or at least nitpicks, but for the time being, I don't want to be a ball hog. Do you have any heats of the night? Because I know we shared that on the Women's Dusty Cup, but do you have anything else?
Honestly, dude, you would have a harder time finding things that I enjoyed on this show than finding things that I have a problem with.
I feel like, we're pretty much on the same page. So let's just get through this as quickly as possible because I really don't want to fucking be here because fuck this show.
Yeah.
So let's get into it, huh? Let's get into our NXT review. We start with Sikoa versus Strong for the qualifying match, a ladder match, NXT United Championship. What is there to fucking say about this? Okay match, I guess, but Solo wins after the splash.
Roderick Strong comes back for the first time in what feels like months to put over the third Uso.
God, here's the thing. On some real talk, like, I know that Roderick isn't exactly the best promo. The dude's a fucking workhorse, and he's amazing in ring. And, like, I don't know. I just feel like this is a waste of him. And I'm still, like, from a character perspective, I'm amazed Diamond Mine isn't, like, fucking side-eyeing him like, bro, when are you gonna win for a change kind of thing? Because it's like all he's been doing is losing. So I'm waiting for that
Remember that
character beat.
time where in the WWE, Roderick Strong beat AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura in the same match?
Bro, I shit you not. I was thinking about that same exact thing when he ate the pin to Sikoa here. I'm like, you could call this guy up. You could make him the Intercontinental Champion, and he'd be, like, metaphorically speaking, the spitting image of what the Intercontinental title to a lot of people should represent.
Like, it's weird because, like, Roderick isn't the best talker, but you can pair him with Malcolm or any other manager if you want to have him cut promos. But more importantly, you could build a mid-card division around him just because of how fucking good his matches are consistently.
Yes, exactly. So, I don't care for Sikoa. He's not standing out. I think he's just waiting to be called up to join the Bloodline. I've always kind of felt that way.
Do you know what would be a fun story? Is if he tries to join the Bloodline and they fucking reject him and he just has to make his own way.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That would be the most interesting thing that character has had go on for him his entire time in WWE so far, which isn't a long time, but he, right now, I'm with you. I completely agree with you. Right now, he feels like he's phoning it in precisely because he doesn't have any interest in being his own character because he thinks he's just going to be a member of the Bloodline when he gets called up.
Yeah, he's just, and you know what? Honestly, we got to say it for what it is. It sounds like some comfort that only nepotism can provide. He seems comfortable because it's like, oh, I'm locked in. I'm dialed in.
I'm a legacy.
That laugh was perfect. That was the best thing about this whole thing.
Thank
you. Yeah, Sikoa wins. After the match, Daddy comes out, by which I mean Santos Escobar.
Yes.
And he applauds from the entranceway. He's kinder than I am. As Hayes and Trick, they look on commentary. And then we go backstage. Indy and Persia are talking about, the social media and TikTok just buzzing about their whole couple. Persia says Indy's just jealous because Index is out and Doja is in.
Doja! Oh my god, I actually like that. I was wondering what their ship name would be. I kind of love Doja. It's fun to say, John. It's fun to say.
It does tickle the lips. I'm not going to lie.
I think it tickles the tongue more than it tickles the lips. Doja.
Oh my god. You are the perfect person this ship name is for. Absolutely 100%. Persia says Herman is hotter. Probably true. Indy says Dexter is going to beat Tony D'Angelo.
And obviously, it depends on who you ask, because I know for a fact that my mom would disagree with that sentiment.
Yes. We get D'Angelo versus
Tony
Dexter Loomis. And again, I'll be honest, I did have stream problems at this point, so I really didn't see much. But apparently there was like a struggle with a crowbar, and Persia lets go, and it allows Tony to clock Dexter in the face with it. So
unintentionally, he didn't mean to hit Dexter in the face. It was the momentum from Persia letting him go while he was pulling on it, like in tug of war when you're pulling on the rope and the other person just lets go and lets you fall on your ass. It was kind of like that, but it was upward momentum, so it his arm moved the ref out of the way as his hands had the crowbar in them and hit Dexter in the face while the ref was turned.
Forget about it. And he capitalizes. He gets the win.
I will say that the nuance of this story being that Persia was well-intentioned and that she wouldn't have even been out there if it wasn't for Indy calling her and Duke out there. I like the nuance there. They're not making Persia and Duke, or at least not Persia, an outright heel immediately.
No, I like that either they're going to gradually build it up or they might surprise us. And Duke, maybe she'll find out that Duke's been trying to get with both of them. And I'm still waiting for Duke. I mean, he is a poker player, right? I'm still waiting for him to be overly ambitious and being like, now that I've got those two fighting, now it's time for my real in with Toxic Attraction and doing all that. I don't know. I feel like Duke's going to be overly ambitious and maybe Persia will catch on. And then it'll be like, oh, So my best friend is who I can actually count on, and they reconcile. But we'll see where NXT wants to go with it.
I just
I
imagine
did
Duke
like this.
going up to Toxic Attraction and being like, "Hey, you guys don't know how much work I've been doing for you lately. Do you realize that if it wasn't for me, you probably would have lost those tag titles already to Indy and Persia? But I've got them fighting with each other. You're welcome. You owe me."
Yes. Oh God. So yeah, Tony D, he gets a mic. He
Tony
says,
D.
the new Dawn of NXT will arrive at Stand and Deliver. Ciampa comes in, and yeah, he says, saying Tony D doesn't get to tell him when he's done. Stand and Deliver will be his finest chapter. He'll write his own damn fairy tale ending. Ciampa then just lays Tony D out to kind of end the segment. So, yeah, if Tony D goes over kayfabe wise, perceptually, Ciampa's one of the top acts there. I think it'd be great for D'Angelo. So we'll see what happens. After this, I don't even want to fucking talk about this. It was Dirty Dogs. They're old. You guys know that. Let's move on.
Fallon.
Electra Lopez versus Fallon Henley. So, yeah, not really much to say here either, because this is right about when I was like resolving my issues.
Right.
Lopez does get the win with the Blue Thunder Bomb,
Mm-hmm.
so that was pretty cool.
This next
Afterwards,
segment was what really caught my attention, but then it got ruined very quickly.
Oh, are you speaking about the Draco Anthony thing?
Yeah, because Zion was in it. Really, I mean, Draco's cool, but Zion being back was what really caught my attention. But then Joe Gacy got brought up. Ooh.
Ew. Yeah, Joe Gacy's still trying to poach Draco Anthony emotionally, being
It's
like,
gonna
come
work.
join our cult, and then you'll never have to worry about anything. And it's like, no, fuck you.
It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen.
You're not wrong. I'm just not ready to face that right now.
Okay.
So
You don't have to.
So, Quinn assures Draco, like, oh, I've got your back, which, that's cool. Friendship's cool. Hashtag friendship, everybody. Then we get the start of Rude versus Breaker, but sometimes they'll do like promos before like secondary entrances. The way NXT just kind of flows is weird sometimes, because we get Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai talking about winning the Dusty Cup and all that stuff. Then we get to the matchup. Rude's always been a solid in-ring worker. I'm not gonna hate. I do hate that he was still kind of perceived in a babyface way because of the theme song.
Of course.
When I feel like, yeah, fucking glorious. But I think the crowd did get behind Braun as the match progressed. Ziggler did get ejected at one point. I really almost thought he was going to break his hip with how apoplectic he was with the referee. Rude and fucking Braun go back and forth a bit more. Love Braun's spear. I say it every time I see it. I think it's great. That was a great false finish. Close near fall. Best one since Goldberg. Yeah, absolutely. Intercepts Rude coming off the top rope of the power slam and the win. Afterwards, Ziggler lays him out though on the ramp, super kick, and then he just kind of taunts him with the title. Enjoy it, kid. And dude, Jesus Christ, you're complex. Why do I have to be subjected to this?
Oh my God.
After that, we do get a segment that I found pretty funny because Indy and Persia, they're still kind of talking, kind of arguing about the whole crowbar incident.
Yeah.
Dexter's got a fucking ice pack on his head, and then Duke comes in. Poor Duke Hudson, man. He did not sign up for this. Because then fucking Dexter, he goes to his sketch pad. He's drawing something. His easel. And Duke knows what's up. He's like, what's he doing? It's never good when he draws. And Dexter shows a picture of Gunther. Honestly. Yeah. He shows a picture of Gunther. He's like, oh, can he beat Gunther? And Persia's like, oh, yeah. Duke can do it, right, Duke? Yeah. And, it's like, okay, so we're going to do that tonight. Poor Duke Hudson, man. I'm telling you, he got shaved in NXT. And now, man, I will say this. That match between Gunther and Duke, we've still got a little bit to go before that. Surprise of the night, because I didn't expect it to be as back and forth as it was, and especially as good as it was in that context. But, man, Duke got lit the fuck up.
I missed that match.
Dude, you should go back and watch it. He lights fucking Hudson up.
With the powerbomb or with chops?
No, The chops, dude. The fucking chops. Like, and I gotta give Duke credit too. He sold, well, but probably didn't have to do much work in selling them, but he sold them like fucking death, dude. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. We get our favorite NXT act, Grayson Waller, facing A Kid.
And Waller wins.
Yeah, it's gonna go to that ladder match. Yeah. In between that, we get an Andre Chase University segment where Bodie's kind of giving a class presentation about how, fucking Mr. Chase taught him about fortitude, and then he starts cussing one of the students out. Andre joins in because he's just so proud of Bodie. He's like, that's beautiful. When Bodie tells him, I learned to talk that way from you. I learned it by watching you, Chase.
Damn,
so
I really thought
that's
you were gonna
cool.
say dad there. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know if it'd be too weird, so I kind of reined it in.
No, I would have been 100% behind that. It would have been hilarious.
Oh, nice. But yeah, then we go to this matchup, and Waller wins, blah, blah, blah. The important thing to come out of this is Carmelo says, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the 3 losers, and we're going to do a triple threat next week to get the final spot in the ladder match. So it'll be Grimes versus A-Kid versus Roderick Strong. Winner gets the final spot in the ladder match for Stand and Deliver. This very clearly seems to be Grimes' story, but hey, given the Women's Dusty Cup, Roderick will win next week because perceived stories.
No, A-Kid will win next week because he's the one with the narrative going in.
That is true because he did get the last laugh on these guys doing the kind of jumping Enziguri to Trick Williams. So yeah, that's something. Robert Stone.
See, I didn't get the joke where Hayes told A-Kid that he'll never be a champion, and then Trick was like, "I'm gonna take out the A Mama later tonight." What the hell is it? What does that have? What? I don't understand.
I don't understand either, friend. I was following it up.
I feel
until
like
William
such a
said
boomer. I don't get these young kids' jokes.
I mean, we're both old, so it fits. But yeah, don't set in. Don't let it set in.
Didn't you hear the Jay-Z song? 30's the new 20.
That's what old people tell themselves. But yeah, we've got Robert Stone backstage with Von Wagner. Stone is furious with Ikemen Jiro and Kushida. Get a fucking number, bro. And what they did before, I guess they interrupted him or something. Wagner says they will deal with one thing at a time.
Part of me even misses Jacket Time because they were entertaining and they were so lacking for that on NXT right now.
Yeah. What's funny is like all this stuff, I gotta be honest, I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about, which shows you how little attention I've been paying because I didn't even know that this was a story that was happening. Like I knew about the Andre Chase, like Von Wagner story because Von Wagner's facing Bodie next week. Like I knew that. I didn't know about this whole Ikemen Jiro, like Jacket Time giving Robert Stone shit. Like I was clueless. But apparently the woman he was talking to last time, whose name is, I like the last name. It's the appropriate amount of douche.
What?
Yeah, I mean Cromwell. That sounds like some fucking ostentatiously wealthy fortune.
Almost like a mystical name, like a witch or a Wiccan.
Huh. We got 2 totally different vibes from one name.
Well,
classic
the Cromwells, wasn't that the name of the witches in Halloween Town?
Yeah. But names can evolve. Those movies were like, I mean, again,
my childhood. Are you about to take shots at Halloween Town, sir?
I mean, I was about to say, I did call us boomers earlier, and you're kind of unintentionally reinforcing the point. Wasn't the first movie like in '99 or some shit? Like, names can evolve. Yeah. So
it was in '98. It was in '98.
Oh my God! Jesus. But no, it's we go from
plus
witches
there's
to
a wrestler named Holly Cromwell too, and I think she has more of like a Wiccan type gimmick.
Oh, nice. I mean, I don't know. Would Robert Stone really want to get involved with a witch?
I hope so. I would love that.
Yeah, honestly, this show is so fucking bad. I would be with it too. I can't even front. I'd be like, that's different.
At this point, everything on the show is so boring that anything that is even mildly interesting is going to get a thumbs up approval from me.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't even blame you. After this,
Creed Bros.
We get Creed Bros versus Grizzled Young Vets. I gotta say. Yeah, underwhelming match. But I gotta say, I'm concerned here because I know we don't like Vic Joseph, but I'm still a believer that commentary will sometimes initiate stories or at least
Yeah.
kind of tell you, hey, pay attention, this shit's happening. And like he made a reference to Drake taking thirsty pics like on his Instagram or like poolside photos or something. So like Jesus Christ, I need to say this before anything bad happens. Now again, I could be worrying for nothing. Classic me. But since Vic said it, I'm just acting on what I heard. If you do something that breaks up Grizzled Young Vets because Gibson's more focused on the wrestling and you want to make James Drake kind of a model gimmick,
Pretty boy. I mean, he does have the look.
unironically, yes.
Dude,
Unironically, yes.
think about it
But
though.
like,
Who's calling the shots in NXT?
is it Shawn Michaels or
You
is it
damn
Vince?
right it is. Look at how similar James Drake looks to mid 90s Shawn Michaels.
Don't Janetti Gibson. Don't Janetti, my boy. Don't do
I think
it, man.
Gibson's too well. Oh fuck. I was gonna say I think Gibson's too talented to be Janetti, but then I remember Janetti was actually a pretty good wrestler in his own right. Fuck.
But he didn't have the. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna do me
The
right now. I'm not gonna do.
baldness.
No, I was gonna say it, but no. This show does not get weird, creepy, amazing that he hasn't overstepped the line me right now. No, it gets very reserved, chaste me right now. Fuck you, NXT.
Ooh.
Not perving on this shit.
Chased you?
Go to your fucking home right now. But
Come on, that was perfect. You set me up for that.
Fine, it was perfect, but just don't brag about it too hard. Nobody likes a bragger.
I won't. I'll let it go.
But in all seriousness, who eats the fucking pin? Drake. Because he's focused on fucking Instagram, and that's the story they're telling. Man, I fucking love this tag team, but they're gonna take it away from me. I hate this show. I wanted to be mad and be like, oh, whatever. No, I honestly, guys, I fucking hate this show. It takes away everything that I love, and it leaves no happiness alive. Christ. They're gonna break up. I'm like, after that little bit of commentary and Drake eating the pin, in all seriousness, I am like 70% convinced GYV is gonna break up by next month. So we will see.
Won't be watching to have to see and live through it.
Yeah. And of course, Gibson will be the fucking heel because he does get a lot of heat. Yes. It's just going to be for a very stupid reason.
James Drake is going to be the pretty boy, but also the baby face? How does that even work? Oh, God. I don't think either one of them is particularly likable. One of them is bald and yells a lot, and the other one is a pretty boy that people should be jealous of and not like.
It gets everything so wrong. Why does NXT get everything so wrong? What happened to you? Okay. After the match, Diamond Mine, and we get the whole destroying the training facility. They painted "cry" on the wall. I almost have to wonder if that's like either like an acronym or like a hint at who these people are.
Oh God, it's the Divas of Doom. They're back to try and make Kelly and everyone else in the locker room cry for them.
Oh my God. I honestly, this show is so fucking bottom feeding that I would love if these were just edgelords that are like, yeah, cry, as in cry about it. Diamond Mine, yeah, got him. Let's get out of here.
Dude,
and,
I'm convinced that's exactly what's going on here.
Oh God.
Was the word wah also found anywhere? Like just WAH?
No. I'm waiting for these guys. Just because of my headcanon now, I'm waiting for these guys to pull a Monday like Night Wars and show up on NXT and control your narrative in the same day.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. I hate everything. We get Gunther versus, yeah, I agree. We get Gunther versus Duke Hudson. You should definitely go back and watch this match, dude. I honestly, unironically, feel like this is one of the highlights of the show.
Dude, I'm telling you, Duke Hudson is an underrated talent in the ring specifically.
Dude, absolutely.
I
He
feel
had a
like
great
he's the
moment.
type of
Yeah.
dude that would show up in PWG and everyone would be like, "Oh, there's this juiced up WWE guy here," and then he would show out and make everyone love him by the end of the match.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I will tell you right now, you are 100% right, because he even had a spot in here that I loved where he kind of slingshot over the ropes, caught Gunther, and German suplexed him, and it was a great visual.
Give me
Um,
Duke Hudson versus Dijakovic, damn it!
yeah, I'd fucking I didn't even
We
know
can't do
Dijakovic was
Keith
still
Lee
with the
versus
company.
Dijakovic anymore. Fuck you, Vince. Give us the next best thing.
Oh, this company. Honestly, oh, God, I don't even know anymore. Just WWE, man. What the fuck? And WrestleMania is right around the corner, and I keep thinking about that, and I'm like, I still don't care, like, at all. I'm just so
No,
checked out with this
no,
product completely from top to bottom.
no, no.
But yeah, Gunther stands tall. Um, Cuts a promo, calls out LA Knight because he tells him, like it is. You run your mouth to get matches and to get over, but you have no skill to back it up. It ends in a brawl, so these two are gonna fight at Stand and Deliver. I will say this, like, this
LA
is
Knight's
why I
winning
still
that.
wanted.
Calling it right now.
Oh Jesus Christ! I hope you're wrong. Oh my God. Oh my God. Not quite Bandit Keith, but still, like, that's hideous. That's hideous what you just put out into the universe. This is why though, dude, I still wanted Braun as NXT champion, because if you weren't gonna give me my third like Breaker Ciampa matchup just to really see who the better man was, dude, imagine if instead of Breaker Ziggler and Gunther Knight, we did Knight Ziggler because he was already kind of interacting with the Dirty Dogs on the main roster,
Yep.
and fucking Gunther Breaker. Like,
You just develop a bit of an Irish accent there.
by accident completely. Maybe my
Fucking
rage is
Gunther
making me.
Breaker.
Yeah,
That
like
was
I
amazing.
didn't
I
even
loved it.
I didn't even mean to, but like I feel like I just significantly improved that card just by swapping matches. It just fuck me. What? Fuck. Okay, so Grimes has a great promo talking about his dad.
Yep.
It's emotional. This guy's authentic. He's
Yep.
sincere. Clearly his story. I just want him to win the fucking title at fucking Stand and Deliver. I love Mello, but honestly, either put the NXT title on him or better yet, call him up and push the fuck out of him there. I'm good with it. I'd like to see Grimes do a little something if he's not going to be called up either. Then we get our Women's Just Cup final, which we already talked about at length at the very beginning. Don't need to talk anymore about that. So yeah, high spots, low shots. My low shot is freaking Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai, because they should have won this and they didn't, and now it sucks and I'm sad. So I'm gonna be in my sad feelings, and they're my low shot. Who's your low shot?
My low shot is Dexter Loomis because he lost to Tony D'Angelo on accident.
Yeah, I'd say that about fucking does it, huh?
Although I will say,
My high.
actually, you know what? I'm gonna make Loomis my honorable mention for my low shot. My actual low shot's gonna be the grizzled young vets because these guys just cannot catch a fucking break, and now, like you said, all signs are pointing to them leading to a breakup.
Fucking Drake. So high spot for me. Who do I even want to fucking go with here?
Grayson Walt.
you simmer down. God
I
damn
couldn't
it.
even finish it.
You know what? Fuck it. My high spot is Gunther, because he fucking obliterated Duke Hudson, and even though MSK came out to help LA Knight and they got the better of Imperium, he's still better than LA Knight. He might be the best in-ring worker in that whole segment. I mean, no disrespect to MSK, but Gunther's just on another fucking level. And so Gunther's gonna be my high spot. What about you? Who's your high spot?
My high spot is Carmelo Hayes because he got to cut a quick promo tonight. He got to talk his shit, and he didn't have to pay the consequences for it because Trick took the consequences for him.
That's very intelligent. Also, my real high spot's your face, because that's easily the best part of this whole fucking thing.
I mean, if we're being cheeky, my low shot is the soul of this show, and my high spot is unironically Monday Night Raw because apparently it's been better than NXT lately.
That's what, dude. I watched YouTube clips, And even from the YouTube clips, didn't seem that bad. AJ and fucking Seth had a banger. Granted, as I tweeted, Seth fucking lost that match via DQ.
I know that we don't want to react to most of what's happening WrestleMania weekend, but low key, I kind of want to react to the post-Mania Raw this year.
God, it's so disappointing every year. But
we already know that Veer Meehan is going to be debuting, and I just have this gut feeling that one or both of Bayley and or Asuka will be back on that show.
I fucking hope so, dude. I mean, we'll do it. But because, man, especially if we're just noping out of Mania, which I am definitely adamant about. That Mania looks like fucking shit, save for like 2, maybe 3 matches. Yeah. Like, it's WrestleMania, and it feels so mid. But yeah, AJ and Seth had a banger. But like I said on Twitter, fucking Seth throwing a temper tantrum, doing great character work. Also, he can face the man with the ugly tattoo at WrestleMania. Yeah. It's great. Riveting.
That's your award, Seth. You get to face fucking Cody.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. All right, guys. This this has been NXT. This has been my depression.
Normally, now would be around the time that I ask you if you're okay, but I don't need to because I already know you're not.
Yeah, but let me do the outro again seriously this time. This has been NXT. This has been TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans by wrestling fans on the web today. I'm John. That's my co-running commentary, Ashton. Guys, be sure to like the videos you file out. The more likes you leave, the more likely we're to the top search result for NXT reviews on YouTube, though that's probably not going to be for much longer. When you're the best at what you do, top is the only place that you belong, so please leave that like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never get miss any of that TWitWoW goodness. Check out everything we're involved in the description box. I always like to plug the Patreon. Donate $3 a month for Discord access. I say 3 because if you just donate 3, you get the whole bundle of our $1 tier, which is additional Q&A questions, and Discord access, which has a Q&A channel. If you don't donate to the Patreon, you only get 3 Q&A questions. But if you make that donation, again, you could donate $1 if you just want the Q&A questions. But again, I just prefer to skip all that and go straight to Discord access. You'll get up to 5 Q&A questions. Q&A is actually really close. It's 9 days away. So get your questions in if you haven't. We'd really appreciate it. Check out everything, or check out our social media, mainly our Twitters. I'm at John_TWitWoW. My pinned tweet is to receive Q&A questions again. So that and the channel in the Discord, best place to submit. And Ashton's pinned tweet is the TWitWoW schedule. So it's going to be a really fun fucking week for your boys at TWitWoW here, because tomorrow at 5, we are going to be having Stardom live reactions to the 321 show. We expected to do it today, but that's not going to happen because it just didn't get up. They only have 3 matches up right now. So we'll be doing that tomorrow at 5. And I stand corrected. That's the 320 show. So I guess there's also a 321 show we'll have to react to. Hopefully they get that up soon. Thursday, we got nothing. Oh, we're also right into Dynamite Wednesday at 8. So you're going to want to be there for that because we're back in the swing of things with Dynamite. Nothing Thursday. Friday at 10, we're back on Rampage Live Reactions. We didn't do it last week because of the TJPW show, which turned out to be pretty good. Went a little too long, but I thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the matches on there. So we're back with AEW Rampage this Friday at 10. Then we are predicting World Climax 2022 at 11:30. It's going to be great. It's our preview predictions there. And then we're live reacting to World Climax Day 1, 4 a.m. So that's going to be interesting. And then immediately the Sunday after at 1 a.m., it's Day 2 of World Climax, live reactions. The return of Kyrie, just Kyrie, final form. It's going to be a sight to behold. And of course, Shuri's big title defenses, Day 1 against Julia. And if she survives, Day 2 will be against Mayu. But if Julia wins, we'll get Julia versus Mayu on Day 2. So how is the Red Belt picture going to unfold? That remains to be seen. But yeah, that is the rest of our week. Again, it's going to be a very interesting one in the annals of TWitWoW and for all of our TWitWoW fans. So we hope you join us for that. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow at 5 for the 320 Stardom Show live reactions, followed by AEW Dynamite live reactions at 8. Till then, tune in and peace out.